Consider these three methods. What do they do? The first one adds two integers passed and returns the result. The second one adds the three integers passed and returns the result. And the third one adds two double type values and returns the result. Now a method can be identified by its name and the type of parameters that are passed to it. And this is called the signature of a method or method signature. So in this case, the method signature can be read like this: method named add takes two parameters where the first parameter is of type int and the second parameter is also of type int. The method signature doesn't care about the body of the method or the return type. And why is this called the method signature? Well, a signature is something by which we can identify something, right? Java allows us to write methods with the same name but with different parameter types in the same class. This is called method overloading. And if the method is overloaded, like the add method shown here, by looking at the method signature, we can identify the method uniquely. For example, if one was to make this method call, which of these three methods do you think should get called? Well, it is this first method because the method name is add. But we have three methods with the same name. So we look at the parameter list and find that we are passing two integer types as arguments, hence the first method is invoked. Similarly, if the method call was this, then we can clearly identify that this method out of the three shown should be called. Or if we have called the add method with 3.8 and 6.5 as arguments, we know that they are double type literals, hence the third method will be invoked. But what if we had these methods? The first one and the third one only differ in their return type, right? So both of these methods have the same method signature. And it is not possible to have these two methods in the same class, because if we were to write this statement, which of these two methods will Java call? Well, it is sort of a conflict and we cannot tell which of these two methods can be called. So to avoid this conflict, Java does not allow methods with the same signature to be written in the same class. Alright? Let's get back to our example. So as said earlier, just by looking at the method name and the arguments that we pass in the method call, we can identify which method will be called even if their names are the same. Hence, this is also known as static polymorphism. Poly means many and morph means form. So it signifies that the overloaded method has multiple forms. And which form will be called can be determined statically or at compile time. Now, this static polymorphism in the sense of method overloading is different than the polymorphism we use in the sense of object-oriented programming, which is called dynamic polymorphism, alright? And we'll talk about that slightly later. Now, in summary, we say that a method is overloaded if we have multiple methods with the same name and all of them exist in the same class, but they have different parameter types. Essentially, their method signature must be different.